Welcome to the Inspired by Jacqueline podcast, a refreshing place for women struggling with entrepreneurship, faith, or infertility. Stay tuned for today's episode. Hey, welcome again, and thank you for being here. I am so excited today. One, because even though I've started and the podcast has been live, I am super excited with everyone reaching out and just congratulating me, but also being very thankful for the conversations that we're having, the chats that I've been sharing. One of the most exciting things for this episode is that I have my first guest. I am so excited, and I know that you're going to love her because she is just amazing. She is, to me, the person that is going to give you some insights into how you can go to that next level. Because I know from experience that I am here thankful. Yes, because I had the dream, but also thankful to her push. So I am just going to get straight to it. Hey, Giovana, how are you?
Hello, lady. I'm amazing and you. So happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation. I'm great.
I am so excited to hear your voice because I just love to hear your voice. You encourage me, and just by listening to you and listening to your energy, your positive energy, I am so here to listen, and just have a conversation.
Yeah, I think the best part of everything is that we're going to have an amazing conversation today. So I'm here for you.
So I'm really excited to have you on. Thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time to just share some insights with our guest today. I know a lot about you, but I'm just going to share a little bit right now. First of all, your name. Your name is Giovana Dualibe. Dualibe. Tell me your
Perfect.
last name.
Giovana Duailibe.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And I'll let you tell everyone in a few minutes where you're from. What I want to share with everyone, because I don't want to take too much of your time in sharing the list of things that I know you do. And it's going to be in the episode notes as well. So for anyone who didn't catch that, her full bio is there. But I know you're a business coach, an amazing business coach, let me add, an author, a creator, a podcaster, a CEO, and of course, you've dabbled in public relations. So, other than that, give me a little bit more about you.
Well, thanks for that. I'm also Brazilian lady. I have two adorable kids. I think everybody says that, but yes, they are amazing. A 4 years old lady. I'm married to my sweetheart from school. And what I say that because most of the things that I do today is because of who I am, so where I come from. I love being an entrepreneur. This is something that comes from my blood, I think. I don't know, from another lives. I don't know, but I love to be part of the event industry and working with people with part of the event industry and being a public relations myself, master in communities. I just love to work with people and help to get them to the next level, as you said, but in a way that we align entrepreneurship and personal development, because sometimes we are so focused on a strategy, Jackie, that we just forget about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
that's when comes the burnout and lack of time, a lot of things that we are
Mm-hmm.
used to. And this is exactly where I love to work with people. So yeah,
Awesome.
I can say that I'm a multi-potential lady
Mm.
because while I love being an entrepreneur, I'm now learning how to create candles as hobby.
Oh,
So
love
yes, so
it.
balancing life and business is my totally goal in this life for sure.
Okay, awesome. And we're going to talk a little bit more about a few of the things that you said. But one of the things I did want to ask you is that you mentioned you're from Brazil, and that where you're from, that kind of motivated you into what you currently do. So, how did Brazil what about Brazil motivated you?
Well, I think Brazilian, we are tough people too. Like you can't forget easily our Brazilians. So I have to say that. Actually, I think it's a combination of the culture from Brazil and also my life journey. I immigrated to United States 10 years ago. Yes, 2013. And then I moved to Italy, a totally different culture, like
Mm,
from Brazil, Latin country to United States, then to Europe. And when you put all of these in the same pot, comes something different. And I have to say I
mhm,
love that. And so the challenge that I came out through my life, for sure it made me who I am today. And I'm glad for that. I'm grateful for that, because it's not that I don't fear change, but I face them as something that's gonna bring me to the next level. So it's something that I really love to challenge myself. Being a Brazilian, I'm super proud of that. By the way, I was, just to tell a short story. I once was a speaker in an event, and I met a man. He's from Dubai. And then he was like, "Well, you're living in Italy. You have your citizenship. Why don't you say that you're European?" It was like, hello, baby. No, I'm Brazilian. I'm super proud to be a Brazilian girl. And this was like such a mark point for me, because no,
wow.
you don't deny where you come from. You
Mhm,
embrace.
mhm,
So I'm a super proud Brazilian lady. My granddad was Italian. That's why I have my citizenship from Italy. I'm proud to be an Italian as well. And I lived in the US for years. And, you know,
mm,
it's almost like part of my story, my puzzle. And I'm
yeah.
still putting the pieces together. So, yes.
Awesome. Awesome. It's funny that you share that story, and I'll share a little funny story in between that is that when I go to speak in, or even anywhere that I go to speak and I speak in Spanish, what strikes me funny, being from New York, and I call myself New Yorican,
Uh-huh.
because my parents are from Puerto Rico, and even though I was born in New York, I always consider my culture, and I embrace it, but I never thought I would hear someone say, if I'm speaking in Spanish, they're like, "Oh, you're from Puerto Rico, right? You're Boricua." And I'm like, but out of all the Latin, languages and countries, you specifically say Puerto Rico. Like, why? What? Like, I'm not really born in Puerto Rico, but I'm Puerto Rican. But
Uh-huh.
how do you know? So it just mind boggles. And I was like, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that you share that and that you embrace your culture. That's really important because, at the end of the day, after we've stripped down everything that we do, it's who we identifying who we are. And
Hmm.
that's also a part of this platform, which is as women, how do we identify who we are? How do we take care of ourselves, but really understand who we truly are by embracing everything that we do,
Yeah.
right? Everything
Yeah.
of who we are and where we come from. So that's really important. So I'm glad that you share that.
I agree. And that's one thing that I learned with them in my learning curve, is that we all have a lot of blocks. A lot of blocks, money blocks, fear blocks, doesn't matter the block that you have. And one of my biggest blocks was when I moved to New York, that I lived for 5 years, a little bit more, was that I'm public relations
Hmm.
graduated and super focused on reading and speaking in a perfect way. And this was holding me back so much to speak in English, because, oh my gosh, I'm speaking in the wrong way. I don't know the word. I miss the preposition.
Hmm.
And this was holding me back. And I was like, you know what? I need to let go of that.
Let's do it.
I just need to show myself in the mixed race that I am, in the mixed culture that I have as my background, and just speak freely. And if I
Hmm.
make some mistakes, that's totally fine. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. I'm just I didn't want in the time speak in a wrong way, but I realized that I was just missing the point to share my purpose and to meet people. And I was like, no, 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 no. So mental blocks are really, really big thing, and I think we need to speak more openly about that, like every
Hmm.
single day. So just
Yeah.
as your culture, embrace your blocks and face them as a challenge, not as a
And
as a end road. So just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I like about what you share, and thank you for sharing that, is, when you feel that you have a struggle or that you feel that you have something that you want to do, but you're afraid to,
Hmm.
it's taking a step forward, not that you have to perfect it, but taking the step forward and being encouraged that we are in a world and a life that we can grow and learn. But that's the key, to have the opportunity to push yourself to grow and learn, not to take the step forward and then to stay stuck. Because
Yeah.
that's what I think happens also with the conversation that we're going to have, which is about entrepreneurship, right?
Hmm.
Which is when you have that goal of wanting to share with the world some creative ideas that you are ready to launch, or the business that you're going to sell products or services, or whatever it is that your entrepreneurship role is, then take that step forward, but also learn and grow and keep learning and growing so that you can build yourself. So thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that. So
Yeah.
that's going to jump us into our conversations about entrepreneurship. You're an entrepreneur. We got that already, right? You're a CEO, you're a mega CEO, and you're the CEO of a Now community. And I want you to share about what the Now community is about, a little snippet, because I know you're going to be showcasing a little bit more throughout. But if you can just share a little snippet about Now community and what the goal is for that community.
Well, I've been working building communities for so long, Jackie, so long, since I was a little girl in my school. When I had my political groups in my school, I was the leader. When I had my sport groups in the school, I was the leader. With the life, I felt the need to start connecting people, not just building communities. So when I moved to New York, I was a wedding planner back in Brazil, and I had a lot of huge challenges because of my language, because I was an immigrated. I was immigrating to New York from Brazil, and I just couldn't make the connections that I want to, just like go out for a coffee. And then I opened a community that stay alive for almost 10 years, specifically for wedding planners and wedding creators. And I was the founder, CEO, and with that came a lot of recognition and a lot of learning process, a lot of learning process. I had clients from 42 countries at the same time, at the same port. Can you imagine like mixing all
Mm,
those cultures? It was like
yeah.
crazy. Sometimes I felt that I was the teacher of a kindergarten class. I know. But all of this came with an amazing gratitude and a lot of need to do something more. And when I left the company last year, that I decided to go solo, I decided to have like 6 months sabbatical for myself and just align myself who I am, what I want to do, what I have been doing. Because one of the things that I keep learning, I keep listening is like, oh my gosh, you're going to start all over again. No, no, of course not. I have decades of experience. You can start when you're a little baby that you just born. There you can start. But if you are switching things, if you are changing paths, you are choosing new journeys, this is not a new start, it's just a new stage. And I took those months to align myself with my idea. And I was like, you know what? I really need to can come back to my main idea was in 2017 to open a community for ladies, but not just a ladies motivational place, because action comes before motivation. Without
Mhm.
action you don't have the motivation. You
Very
don't
true.
you're not just like wake up today, oh my gosh, I'm so motivated, I'm gonna go for the gym. When you start going to the gym and you're gonna start seeing the results, you're gonna say, oh my gosh, I have to go to the gym. So I really believe that action comes before motivation. And with that said, Now community is a place that it's a community based learning by experience place that you're gonna have. And I want to focus on entrepreneurship for event ladies, ladies who works in the event industry, that we can focus on two things: learning process that for real, like if you can share what you have, other people can learn from you. And not net, I don't like the word networking, because I
Mhm,
think it's like a business card exchanging place that I
mhm,
hate.
mhm,
I even don't have a business card by myself, but a place that we can create community, that you can say, oh no, I'm facing this kind of problems. Okay, who have the same needs or anyway, so we can build that together. And of course, bringing together the expertise that I have with marketing, branding stages, and business development and entrepreneurship, and all of this, we can not just like have an Instagram account with beautiful posts, but more than that, we can go uh, outside, take action, and make things work. That's why I'm so proud of my 57 followers on Instagram right now, because having a 57 people together is like more than a classroom. So I'm proud
Yeah.
as hell. I'm
Yeah.
super happy to get to this new stage, not start from zero, because oh boy, I'm not starting from zero at all. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well,
March
I'm
21st,
excited.
yes, March 21st, I'm gonna announce
Woo.
and launch a little things. And
Ooh.
oh my gosh, the plan is it's 18 months. So
Wow.
a lot of strategy ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, I am so excited. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about it and learning to hear what's going to be launched and what you're sharing. So thank you for that. So, with entrepreneurship, how important is it to embrace creating a plan for entrepreneurs with a dream?
Wow. Okay. So I truly believe that the first thing that we do is to forget of ourselves. It's the first thing. You get into so many things every single day. You are so focused on making it happen that you forget about yourself. And this is the biggest mistake that you can make. The long road, it's a long road. Being an entrepreneur is not something like you're going to do today and tomorrow you're going to have amazing results. Even if you go viral, you have to have a strategy. Otherwise, you're going to go viral and people won't find what they want. It's going to leave you.
Right.
So you're going to be viral, you're going to go viral for nothing. And strategy comes along with planning, but you have to put those two things, two pieces at the same level, your personal development and your business strategy. Otherwise, you're going to fail.
Hmm.
You're going to feel alone, more alone than ever. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel, oh my gosh, what I have been working 24/7 and don't have a result. I don't have money. Like the bills keep coming.
Hmm.
And you just like feel
Oh my goodness.
overwhelmed.
Just you saying that
No.
just gave me something.
Yeah. So, how to fix that? Take a deep breath every single morning before you wake up. Visualize your day, align your energy with your goals, with your strategy, business plan, and then you can start working. Because if
Mm,
you don't take this,
that
sounds
is so
like, oh
good.
my gosh, this is so self-help bullshit. It's not.
No,
It is not.
it's
That's
so real.
why it's
Yeah.
real. It's real. So you have to devote time for yourself. You have to have your morning routine. You have to have time for yourself, for your family. Why work 24/7? At the
So
end,
true.
everybody's gonna
Right.
be a compost again. So enjoy
Yeah.
your life.
Exactly. And I
So
totally agree with you. I mean, because that's a part of what I do to get started. First, my coffee, but also the breathing before I sit down or as soon as I sit down, wherever I'm at, that I feel that, okay, let me take this breath of fresh air. Let me take a few minutes for me to really hone in on my energy, my positivity, hone in on what energy I'm going to create for today so that it could be a positive day. No matter what's going to come through, whatever struggles, because we're always going to be hit with challenges,
oh
right?
yeah, life
It's
happens.
how we approach and wake up that morning and give the result based on our mindset. So that is so true, and so thankful for you to share that, because again, as an entrepreneur, you can get burned out, you can get overworked, right? So with that said, what is one thing that you can share that it has been the most difficult thing of being an entrepreneur?
The challenge that I have myself, that I have been working on it, is consistency. I have been working on, it's not a routine. It's not
Mhm.
something that you have to do every single day. But when I have a huge plan in my mind, I have an idea, for example, and I just get the excitement to put it together in the beginning. It's almost like a beginning of a relationship that you want to see every single day. You want to kiss, you want to hug. Oh my gosh. And at some time, you like you see that him or her, okay, they like different shows than you, and it starts some challenges on the road, and then your energy starts to go down, and this is the time that you have to put yourself together and say, okay, why I'm doing here. And with businesses, it's the same thing. When I have a project that I have, that's why I love planning and strategy, because once you have it, you don't need to keep thinking about it. You have to
Mhm.
follow, because again, action comes before motivation. So if you don't have a plan in mind, or a plan like that you have in a paper on your computer, you have to, oh my gosh, what am I going to do today? I don't know. Oh, that I'm not going to do anything. So this is one of the hardest things as an entrepreneur, especially because most of the entrepreneurship is lonely. You're most of the time by yourself.
Mhm.
Even if you have like a team to lead, etc., most of your ideas and concepts and biggest problems in your company, you're going to have to deal by yourself. So
Right.
it's kind of a lonely career, but I love it. If you have the chance to devote your time with intention to align
Mm.
both things, like personal development and business, it's easier. Not easy, easier.
Mm. I love that you said that so much. Again, another misconception. Oh, once I have this down pat, it's going to be easy. I got this. Well, yeah, you got this, but it's just going to get easier. Again, I said it earlier. There's always going to be a struggle. There's always going to be a challenge. It's how we grow and make it better and learn how to make it better,
Yeah,
learn
yeah,
how to approach some of those challenges that
yeah,
we can foresee, because not everything we can foresee. We can't, predict the future. I wish we
yeah.
could, but
Me too.
um, so, it's like you just really have to take it step by step and just be real with yourself, be transparent, because that's going to help in the road to entrepreneurship. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. With that said, have you ever considered saying, that's it, I'm done with
Oh my gosh, every
entrepreneurship?
single day, probably. Every single day. No, but I no, okay, I'm gonna be positive now. No, it's not,
No,
guys.
no,
It's not every
just
single. If you're listening
share.
to me, no, 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 no. I'm gonna take back. No, but
No, 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 no.
no.
I want the realness, because I want people to understand, we go through emotions as
Yes,
an
of course.
entrepreneur
We're
that
human beings, lady.
yeah.
Yes, we are all human beings. So shit happens. I read a book on Elizabeth Gilbert that I love her, and she said about the shit sandwich, which sometimes you have to eat it. You have to
Mhm.
understand the place that you are. So the misconception about giving up is so related to the idea that once you have a business, or once you become an entrepreneur, you're gonna have more freedom. And this is a mistake, because
Mhm.
being an entrepreneur and having a business is a job. It's not a hobby. If you're not
Right.
facing as a job, that's the problem.
Mhm.
So if you have a job, if you have a company to lead, you need to make profit. Otherwise, you're gonna
Right.
be working for what?
Exactly.
And of course, you're gonna have challenges, and nobody likes to have challenges in the road. You want to have everything like beautiful and amazing, but it's boring. It's boring.
Right.
You're not gonna learn new things. You're not gonna
Mhm.
discover yourself. I can share openly. One of my biggest mistakes in the past, in my past company, was that I was being stubborn. I
Mhm.
was not listening to myself and listen and reading as entrepreneur my numbers, for example. So numbers don't lie. If you're not making a more profit, or if you're not selling more, something has to change. If you don't like looking as a rational person to your business, sometimes you're gonna feel in the emotional part a frustration that is so big that you're gonna feel a failure. You're gonna say, "Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I'm just gonna find a job. I'm not gonna do that anymore." And I felt that more than once. And this is part of life. This is part of life,
Yeah.
because we have to acknowledge that sometimes shit's gonna happen. You're gonna say
Mhm.
yes. And with that said, it's important for you to understand that sometimes, yes, you do need to give up, because it's not giving up; it's moving for the next stage, for
Right.
the next step. It's just open yourself to different opportunities. It's open yourself to for, I don't know, meet new people maybe.
Mhm.
And once you realize that fine line between the being stubborn and being rational and making a decision for yourself, not for others, for yourself, things gonna be easier. Again, not easy, but easier.
I hear that. So in between, let me ask you a quick fun fact. What do you do during your time off?
Oh my gosh, like I've been pushing myself to do different things. I'm kind of crazy because after my sabbatical last year, I don't know, I have something in my zodiac sign that love lists. So
Mm.
I wrote a 52 list of different things that I want to do this year, once per week. That of course I'm failing already, but I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna get there at some point. So now I learn how to make candles. You know what? Like candle
Love
maker.
it.
Yeah, and it's good because you have to have a patience. You have to feel the essence. You have to understand the heat, and I don't know. It's relaxing. I love to do things that I can't at some point
Mhm.
transform into a job because I had that in the past. Oh my gosh, this idea is so good. I'm gonna do it as a hobby. Okay, then I became a company, and then I sell the company, and then I'd open another one, and go on. So I read it. I have to say, in the past, I was doing like artisanal soap, like
Mm.
essential, yes, and
Mhm.
I was selling a lot, but now I don't want to sell. My kids, well,
Feel
my
like
son
it's
was
your
like,
relaxation.
yes, my son was like, Mom, this is so good. You have to sell it. And I was like, no, baby. No, 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 no.
It's like, no, stop
Don't
it.
give me
Don't
any
say that.
ideas.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
Yeah, because it's time for us to, like just be by ourselves. And they were like, how can we help? No, it's my time. It's me time. Leave me alone. So yeah, on my
That's
time
awesome.
off, I love to go to the nature. I discovered while living in Italy, waterfalls, and I love
Mm.
the coldness feeling. It likes, I don't know, restart my system. So I love water, even though I love fire as well.
The
So
more and
yeah.
more that you and I talk, I know why we're connected because that's me, waterfalls. Love it. I
Oh my
mean,
gosh, I love.
everything you just described just gave me goosebumps right now because waterfalls are like the thing. So when you come to New York, let me know because I'm gonna take you
I'm in.
someplace. You're gonna
I'm
love
in, and I'm gonna go in because every time that I go to a waterfall, people say, "Oh, let's
it.
go,
It's
let's
so
go." No, 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 it's
relaxing.
too cold. Oh,
You
come
got
on,
to.
you came
Oh,
to
you mean like go in, go in.
yeah, of
Okay. I'm gonna
course,
have
you
to
have to
trust
go
you in that.
in,
I'm gonna
and
have
the
to trust
literal.
you. You're gonna have to hold me because like
That's totally fine. I'm
remember in
saying like
Mexico,
little. Uh-huh.
I was like so afraid and I was like, oh my gosh. But we did
No, we're gonna
you
go
we did
together.
it. You got me in there. So
It's amazing. I
so
love the
yeah,
feeling. Yeah.
that is awesome. So another fun fact. How different are you this year than last year?
Well, last year I divided in two. So the first semester, a little bit more until September, I was in my end road for my old company, which it was an amazing experience. But I was doubting myself a lot. And then I just couldn't like move ahead without having like a break. If you go to school, you have a break to have your lunch, right?
Hmm.
And I need a break. I need some time for myself. And I have to say, of course, my husband works, so and I have savings, and I had the meanings to do that without like compromising my family. And I'm super grateful for that. But I think I'm more relaxed in a way that trying to work with my judgmental feelings and trying to judge less other people, judge less myself, and allowing myself to embrace the beginner feeling,
Hmm.
even though I know by experience I'm not a beginner. But once you embrace that you're starting something new, it gives you the feeling, okay, this, I have the chance to do 100% what I want. I
Hmm.
don't need to keep fixing things.
Right.
I think I'm more focused lately now, and
Okay.
that's why I have different results for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. So, with that said, what is an important or crucial, not important, crucial trait that someone needs to have or possess as an entrepreneur?
Patience, for sure.
I so
For
agree.
sure, for
I
sure.
so agree.
Patience, trust in the universe,
Mm,
trust in yourself, trust that all. Ooh, I have goosebumps.
Oh my God.
Trust, yeah, 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 yeah.
I so
Trust that
agree.
all the things that you might have done wrong at some point are
Mm,
leading you to a different place now. Trust that the toxic people that cross your path have taught you something, and
mm,
have patience. Have
mm,
patience to embrace all of this. Don't rush. Don't put yourself in danger, not even like emotionally danger, not even like financial danger, because you want to hurry up things.
Mm-hmm.
So patience, I think this is
So
the best.
if you're someone who is not easily able to be as patient as you need to be, what is something that they can do? What is
Ask for
something you
help. Ask for help.
mm,
Open yourself. Find a place for you to be yourself 100%, or at least
mm,
99%.
mm-hmm,
Allow yourself to wash your face from whatever you don't want to wear anymore and be
mm-hmm,
yourself,
mm-hmm,
and allow yourself for people to come into your life in a way that they might help you. You don't
mm,
need to face everything alone. I don't need to face anything alone. You don't need to face anything alone. And
mm-hmm,
sometimes we just close ourselves in our own worlds, like, okay, of perfection and oh my, I have productivity, I have to do that. It's
mm-hmm,
not good for your soul. It's not good.
mm,
Like I don't like to live that way anymore, Jackie. For
mm,
real. Like I think if you don't feel as patient as you think you have to be, just take a step back and ask for help. And if you don't have anyone to ask for help, open yourself for the universe, because the universe is gonna bring for you the exact
mm,
people to be by your side, or exact place for you to participate, or maybe the coach, or maybe the community, or maybe the retreat, or maybe I don't know.
mhm,
But you have to open yourself for that.
mm.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're not gonna see the signs. It's gonna
that
be
is
right here, like in front of your face, screaming at you, like the music that you are listening to is screaming at you the message, and you're not gonna listen because you're
mm,
not open.
so so true. Oh my goodness. Like I have goosebumps all throughout this conversation because you hit on a lot of great tips and a lot of great, realness, transparency because it's so true. So, based on that, your idea of being an entrepreneur is not just being rich,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's so your idea of entrepreneur at the end of the day is about what?
Fulfillment. It's
Mm,
something that you have to be fulfilled. It's something that you have to feel inside of you that it's worth it.
mm,
Of course, being wealthy is something that it's part of my goals. Of
mm-hmm,
course, I want to. For example, yesterday we went out to have dinner with my family in a Japanese restaurant because I have to celebrate my daughter is going to the college now. I have to have money to pay for the luxuries that I want to have,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and I have to allow myself to have that, like even though sometimes I keep thinking, oh my gosh, I need to help other people. Yes, you do need to help other people, but you have to enjoy the life as well.
mm-hmm,
So being wealthy is something that I see as an amazing at the same time that having time for my family is being wealthy. You know what I mean? Like
mm-hmm,
if you just work for yourself and just work for your business and don't have time to enjoy your life, or you don't have time to enjoy the money you're making, it's not
yeah,
worth it. So fulfillment is something that you have to feel inside yourself that, okay, this is worth it. I can give my time so I can get back different meanings like money and people that you're gonna know and knowledge. It's a type of wealthy for me as well. So devoting
mm,
time to read my books, for example,
awesome.
so I don't trade that for anything.
That is so awesome. So all of that has been really enlightening with regards to, anyone who's a new entrepreneur and also some of the season as well. But can you enlighten or share something for a seasoned entrepreneur with, let's say, 10 plus years experience, if they're at a moment that they're struggling, that they are like at their wits end and over just processed with the work and life and work life balance and just so much going on, what would you share as encouraging words?
I'm gonna be brutal honest right now, okay? Start saying no.
Mm,
Start saying no. No for the requests from different clients, no for your family requests, no for, can you just grab a coffee so I can pick your mind? No, no. Oh, no, thank you. Oh, no. Oh, thank you so much, but no. No, start saying no because you keep saying yes to everything, to everyone, and you're not saying yes to yourself. Because once
mm,
we get there, it's the fine line to your burn. I had a burnout in 2019 and it was not good at all.
mm,
Burnout's real, is a
yeah,
disease. We need to speak more openly about that.
yes.
It took my life. I just sat in the computer, Jackie, and I when I opened my computer, I just started crying because I was
Mm,
so drawn. So it was crazy. So I started saying no. And of course, we're going to pay the price. People are going to say, oh my gosh, you're so stubborn. Oh my gosh, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, you keep saying no. No.
Mm,
And this will have you in a place that you can choose what you want to do.
mm-hmm.
Like if you say no to a demand from a client that you don't want to do because they're not paying you for that. You know what I mean? So it's so obvious, especially for women, that
Yes.
we were formally teached to serve. No, 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 I'm so sorry, no. Or even don't say even sorry. I told you that in one of our past sessions, as in coach sessions, that sometimes I don't even say please or sorry because I don't need to keep saying please and sorry when I don't need to say. And yes, if you're struggling with yourself, with your time, with your results, just start saying no and say
I love
yes to
that.
yourself.
Oh, I love that. And you shared again some great tips because I learned later on, I just kept on saying when I first started, everything was yes, 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 yes. And when I started the process a few years ago and saying no, and no is not a bad word.
It's
It's just
not.
allowing, no is giving you control of your
Mm-hmm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's
100%.
giving you back control of your life. And it's how you say no. Okay. It's not just saying no or,
Mm-hmm.
no with a
Mm-hmm.
slap or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying no genuinely that, this is me.
Yeah.
Respect my boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I have things that are in place. So it's kind of like giving an educational. It's a, two-letter word, but it's how you say it is pretty much should be sharing. Whether
Yeah.
the other person receives it that way or not is a whole
It's
different
not, yeah,
story.
it's not up to you.
Right.
You
You
can
have
control
to
how they
consider
react. You can control how
exactly.
you react. So that's it.
Exactly. As long as you say it with respect
Mm-hmm.
and with, a premises that you feel confident in
Yeah.
saying no, then that should be perceived as that. But if it's not received as that, then you keep it going because you have to continue being true
Yeah.
and amazing to yourself first before you
Mm-hmm.
can serve others,
Mm-hmm.
before you can connect with others, before you can be amazing with others, right?
Yeah.
You have to love yourself and you have to respect yourself and your boundaries. So
Yes.
that is really important. And I think in everything that you've shared so far, I've already added 5 more episodes because that's just like, okay, we should
Oh,
have an
baby, thank
episode
you.
on no, how to say no,
Yeah, totally, totally.
the
If I
essence of
can,
no.
yeah, and if I can add, one of the things that helped me a lot on how to start saying more no's was reading men biographies
Mm,
like Steve Jobs, Henry Ford. You go for that direction because you can see clearly how different the way that men react to
communicate.
that and how women were taught to do that. So it's
Mm,
totally different. And entrepreneurship, there is no sex, there's no race. It's just
mm,
entrepreneurship, and that's the way I see myself as entrepreneur. Sometimes, yes, I need to be a little bit rude. That's fine. Sometimes I have to say I know that I don't want to explain more. I just say no, thank you. And if the person just send me back like a lot of things, you just ghost them.
right.
That's no problem at all. So one of the things that really helped me was the reading man biography. So if a woman
Okay.
listen to our podcast episode, just go for it.
Mm,
One of my favorite is from Ray Dalio, Principles. I
mhm,
love the book. It's a huge book, by the way, but it's an amazing book. And he tells a lot about his journey as entrepreneur. And you can see how different it is.
mm,
And this gave me the in myself, not from others, give me the permission. Okay, you know why I'm reacting like that? What this is so girly. I just kept saying myself, Giovana, this is so freaking girly. Stop, like you're an entrepreneur. You're not like cheerleader. Stop that shit. So yes, and like
wow.
embracing the masculine side. Sometimes it helped
Mhm.
me a lot on how to say more no's.
Awesome. What is one of the superpowers that you wish you can have?
Oh my gosh. This is a tough one. I think if I could have a superpower, I would like to read faster and understand things because I love to read. And once I have a book in my hand,
Mhm.
it's like I can be, I don't know, across the table with an amazing, like Napoleon Hill, or I can listen from Michelle Obama, or, just like, just, and yes, I love to read. So if I could have a superpower, for sure, I think I would be reading faster, but understanding, not just read for read,
Mhm.
and like just put inside my head and feel the words.
If I can have a superpower, I think it would be being more adventurous.
Hmm.
Because I love nature, but I'm not able to really enjoy it to the fullest because I'm a scary cat. So
Yes, you
it's like,
are.
I'm afraid and I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna slip, and so I think that would be the superpower that I have climbed 3 pyramids with
Uh-huh.
holding my husband's hand, my true supporter. And I'm like, okay, I'm holding your hand. I'm trusting you. And I know I can do it, and
Yeah.
I was scared, but
Uh-huh.
when I got up to that first pyramid, which was the tallest one, and it was in Guatemala.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, Giovanna. It was the most, I can't even describe the feeling that I had when I got up
Oh
there.
boy.
It was just, wow. That's what I would leave it with.
Yeah.
So that would be my superpower.
One of the things that I have been dying to learn more and I have been reading and studying a lot is neuroscience. I love neuroscience. So for the past 2 years or a little bit more, I have been using the knowledge from neuroscience and the articles from neuroscience to build my habits. I have been putting together pieces to understand better my subliminal thoughts and how could I like work in my brain and what kind of the foods that I could have and those kind of things. And one of the things that they say a lot in a lot of international articles is that building a habit is part of step-by-step neuroscience advanced, and you can also have like sort of a superpower by building new habits. For example, I have for years now a goal to read 50 to 52 books a year, and the closest that I got was 46 in 2019.
Mm,
And then pandemic was awful for myself, and now I'm like on the track for my nine book this
mm,
year because it's a habit. If you put yourself in a out of your comfort zone weekly a little bit, like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, then oh my gosh, at some point you're gonna go to the triathlon, like oh my gosh, I'm gonna so. And this is based on science, so neuroscience proves that can happen. So maybe we still can get our superpowers from speed reader and Indiana Jones, Jacqueline Vazquez.
oh my goodness. Yeah, that it's never too late. It's never
It's
too
not.
late to learn a new habit. What is the biggest takeaway that you want them to take?
Well, just time is your biggest asset. Time
Mm,
is your biggest asset. So every single day, live your life as it was for real your last day. For example, if today is your last day, what do you want to do? Do you want to spend, I don't know, 6 hours on Instagram, like scrolling and seeing shit on Instagram? No.
mhm,
Like time, enjoy the time with your family, enjoy the time with yourself, allow in your agenda. This is something that I keep saying to my clients. You have to put in your agenda time to lunch, time to rest, time to read, like as an appointment. If you have a problem dealing with your time management, I have a Google Calendar and just don't do anything that is not on it. Put everything, every single thing. Create tasks inside your calendar. And this will make you feel more confident, will make you feel with your self-esteem better, make you feel happier, will make you feel healthier, will make you feel wealthy. Like those kind of things, it's all attached to time. And
mhm,
we just live our lives in a way that it's a run, it's a race. It's not just breathe.
mm,
If you need to take a time for yourself, just take a step back. If you're a beginner, understand that being an entrepreneur is not your last task in this earth.
mm,
It's not. It's part of it. So don't devote your full life on being an entrepreneur and workaholic. Results are not related to working 24/7. Sometimes if you're like just spending your time out of the nature and I don't know, watching Netflix and then you sit on your table, in 1 hour you do whatever you're gonna do in 8 because
mhm,
you gave your brain, again, neuroscience explains that brain needs to breathe. the same as we have to breathe
Right.
in a right way. Yes, I think if out of everything that we spoke here, you can just take a couple of minutes to think about it. How are you using your time? How are you devoting your time? Because life is full of firsts and lasts. So
So true.
yeah, so this is what I learned in the hard way after my burnout. And I don't sell my time cheaper anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
can give my time for the people that I want. I can volunteer. I can have my social projects. I can have my pro bono clients. Like that's totally fine.
But
It's
you
not that
choose that.
I choose that intentionally with
Yes.
intention.
Love that. I love those choose and intentional.
So
Mhm.
yes, I think that's it. And
Okay.
it's an amazing journey. I love being an entrepreneur. I don't trade that for anything. I love the challenges. I love the road trips and the craziness out of it.
Hmm.
But I chose myself out of everything else for
So
sure.
I do have a follow-up question for that person who starts in their entrepreneurship in a industry, or let's say it's selling a product or a type of service and it doesn't work out, like really doesn't work out. From what I heard you say earlier, you've done a few things that
Hmm.
haven't worked out, but you're still in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Do you feel, what would you share with regards to that person who is frustrated and feels that they have been defeated, that they have not succeeded in
Hmm.
something, and that they're a failure? Are they truly a failure? And what would you share with them at this moment?
Jackie, I at some point was working with skills and weakness. And I was eagerly fighting to strengthen my weakness. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not good at this. I have to improve it. No, no, no. Focus on your skills. What do you do best? Do you like to speak in public? Do you like to sell? Do you like to write? Do you feel comfortable by leading people? Do you prefer to be more behind the scenes? Focus on your skills. And once you start focus on your skills and not on your weakness, because your weakness, baby, you can delegate. You can hire people to do it. Don't spend your
Mhm.
time on things that you're not good at. And you know that. Be true to yourself. For example, I love money. I want to be really rich and I'm gonna be. But I'm not that savvy when talking about accountability that I know you are. It's not my
Mhm.
my cherry on the cake. So I have a person that can do that for me.
Right.
Of course, I need to understand because I have to
You need
understand,
to
of
understand your
course.
money. Yes.
Yes, but it's not something that I need to devote my time in spreadsheets and oh my gosh, no, no, no,
Hmm.
no, no, no. I'm good at leading people. I'm good at building business. I'm good in helping people to achieve their own goals, on pushing them to the next level. I'm really good at it. So devote your time to your skills, not weakness. And
Awesome.
you're gonna find what your next endeavor is or your next business might be. If you don't find it yet, just try again and again and again and again, and that's
And
fine.
again, this is why I have this podcast, because I had a dream and I knew that I wanted what I wanted to share. And I knew that it was a conversation that I felt comfortable in, because in all three platforms of what I share, it's something that I've experienced. So something I have knowledge in and wanting to bring in people, right? So you're like, just do it. I know you can do it. And you helped me through the process of what I needed to do to make it happen, with
Mm-hmm.
those steps beforehand. Thank you,
No.
because I know that I had the dream and I know I had to push myself. So I know that came from me 90%, but that other
Yeah.
10%, it was your guidance. Giovana is my business coach. And I've had many business coaches along the way who have pushed me to the next level. The breath of fresh air that you give in the strategies and how you make strategies non-complicated, how you're able to give, understand that every client you have is unique. And so you allow me to be me and understand, and we're able to understand what I bring to the table and what not just you telling me what I need to, do. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why, I am just thankful to you. So anyone, not making a plug, but I am looking for a business coach, looking to get to that next level, I truly, truly recommend her. I've worked with Giovana on different types of platforms that I have, and it's helped a million times. So it's just motivated me more and more. So thank you for that. One of the
Thank
things
you.
that I want to put out there for you is, if I haven't asked you a question on something that you really want to share. What would it, if there's any?
Well, I think not a question. I think just there is a quote from Benjamin Franklin that I love. And he says that if you don't plan, you're failing to not plan, or something like that. Let me see. I have, okay, so I have it here because I have my post-it here. By failing to plan, you are preparing to fail.
Mm,
So once you are, I don't know, just doubting yourself, the stage that you're doubting everything, and at some point things gonna go different that you're expecting, because maybe it's not for you, or maybe it's not the time, maybe the universe is preparing something even better for yourself.
mm,
Just plan. Just get a lot of papers and post-its and put your, like, get out your monkeys from your head and all your ideas, and just do it so you can also put it together like a puzzle. And
mhm,
that's planning. That's where it comes from, the strategy. That's where it's gonna give you the clarity for you to do the next step. Once you're saying that we have been working together for a long time now, and it's
mhm,
definitely for sure, you had everything inside of you. Tony Robbins said that a lot. You have everything within you, and it's real. But sometimes you don't know how to do it. You don't know the first step. You don't know what's the next step, because maybe sometimes the first step is easy, but the next step, how you can do it. So plan, put it together, the planning mode, and allow yourself to turn off your phone and your computer, and
mhm.
just because it's in your head, in your heart.
And that's
And
hard, right? To turn all that stuff
it's
off.
hard. It's really
And it's
hard.
like, okay, how
It's
do I do
hard.
that? Where's the off button? Like,
It's hard. It's hard to understand that, though, the words that people keep saying, like, think out of the box, think out of the, it's not think out of the box. I think with your head,
mhm,
your head,
mhm,
because you are so devoted into social media, for example, that you keep getting advice quotes from people online, and you don't even know the results. You don't even know
mhm.
if they're just like blah blah blahing for you
And that's everywhere. Like you open
everywhere.
your desktop is there, you open your phone is there, like be
Hmm.
a millionaire in 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
You
Oh
know,
my gosh. So
you
much.
can be a CEO, you can be a this, you can be a that. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I truly
overnight, like
believe, we
overnight
can
success.
we can achieve what we want. We can have what we want. The universe is preparing that for us. But you need to think for yourself. Embrace your expertise, because this is exactly the journey that we walk together, me and Jackie, because
Mm.
she has an amazing background. She's an amazing professional. She's a huge badass entrepreneur.
Aw.
But we had to work on this. Okay, let's put it all together and put it
Mhm.
together in a project that you can reach more people, so they can learn from you and they can share with you. And this is why the podcast is here. I'm super freaking proud of you, Jackie. Thanks for
Aw.
having me. It was an
No, thank
amazing day. I
you.
love it.
Thank you. There's something that you shared, which was you can hear and learn and listen to quotes and all that stuff, but you also have to think for yourself. And I mentioned something like that in my book, that, this book is to encourage you and to give you tips. But at the end of the day, what I want the reader to go away with is for them to create their unique quality identifier, their
Hmm.
unique value. And
Yeah.
that's at the end of the day, you can be a coach, a teacher, whatever it is, because you want to give that push, that insight, that little key to get that person to the next room. But once they
Hmm.
get into that room, it's all on you, on them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you have to make that decision to take everything you've learned from either quotes or other people or courses, coaches, etc. And it's up to you to
Yeah.
step into that room, be the entrepreneur that you want to be, that's within you.
I agree.
So I thank you for sharing that, because that kind of brought out and reminded me what I
Yeah.
shared in that. And I'm a so believer that you can soak in so much information and knowledge, because I'm an advocate about education and knowledge, but you can soak it in, and it's what you produce from everything that you soak in.
Hmm.
That's coming
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah,
So
and
when
speaking in just speaking about profit, this is the best selling point.
Mhm,
Once you are who you are,
mhm,
people can copy what you do, but they're not gonna
yes,
they're not gonna be
you're
you,
not gonna be
baby.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, so this
for
is
sure.
this is your best selling point. Being you, for sure.
awesome. And I'll end it there because that's the most amazing way to end it, which is being you. Entrepreneurship was the conversation and being you. That is,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Being you and who you are, what you're producing, and that it has you in everything that you do. So with that said, I want you to share with the listeners how they can connect with you, how they can reach you and say, hey, Giovana, I want to hear more about you, or I want to know about your book, or I want to know about your coaching, platform. I need public relations, advice, whatever it is. Like, how can they reach?
So you can go for thisisnowcommunity.com or on Instagram, This Is Now Community. And of course, I do have, if you speak Portuguese, you can listen to my podcast, which is Respire Não Pira Podcast. For the Now community, we are bringing to the table a lot of next levels for all of us. I'm super excited and I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see you, Jack, there. I hope no,
Oh,
I'm going to see you
I'm there
there.
already. I don't even
Yes.
know what's coming, but I'm there. I'm like, I have a crush on Giovana maybe because I'm there even before she announces because I'm just there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feed off of her positive energy and, I just have to have more of Giovana around me. So whatever it
Thank
is,
you
I'm
so
there.
much.
Just, I don't
Thank
know
you
if I'm
so
going to be at
much.
the top of the hill, but I'll be there. I'll be in the midst of where you're going to be at. So
Thank you so
thank you for
much.
that. And one quick thing that I did want to share with everyone is that you have a cooking channel, a little cooking.
Yes, I
Wait
do
a minute,
have.
you didn't
I do
share
have.
that.
Actually, the thing is, this is super funny. I wanted to bring to YouTube something that I could speak about entrepreneurship, or challenges, and all. You're gonna see that you. Of course, you are with me here in Jackie for the past minutes. I like to be vulnerable in a way that it's real life. I don't like to pretend anything, especially because I don't know how to lie. It gets ridiculous. So my cooking channel, oh my gosh, cooking channel is so crazy because I don't
I
know
love
how
it.
that's good. But you can watch on YouTube is Respire Não Pira also, and you can Gi Duailibe, my surname, on YouTube, and you're gonna find me there. So you can put titles, captions if you don't know how to speak Portuguese, or if you can
I
learn
like to
Portuguese
hear
with
it in
me.
Portuguese, even if I
Yeah,
know Spanish and I can get a few words in there. But because I just love the whole flavor. It just lose. I don't want to read captions. I just
yeah,
love it. It
cool.
gives a whole Giovanna, like, here I am. And this, I
Yeah.
totally, when I saw that platform, I was like, I'm gonna subscribe to that.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's what I try
Yeah,
to.
for the YouTube is that. Like, YouTube is like you are with me in my kitchen. So we are
I love
just
it.
like cooking, and it's crazy because when you're cooking, shit happens again. And like I don't cut those scenes because it's part of the business. Entrepreneurship is that. Entrepreneurship is
Mhm.
not something flawless all the time. And I wanted to touch that point that you can be an entrepreneur and face your challenges like a cooking show. It's crazy. I love it.
I
And
love it.
and by the way, soon my book from that I wrote in Portuguese will be available in English. Unblock Yourself, which is the
What?
one that you saw in Mexico. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. I'm just
yes.
finishing touches. Yeah, so I'm
Love it.
translating for English. It is 38 lessons and habits that I have been doing for the past 10 years or so that brought me to where I am now. So it will be
I'm
available
ready
for
to
you.
buy it.
Yeah, yeah. I love it.
I'm ready to buy it. So I will be sharing all of your information that you shared in the episode notes. And so anyone looking to connect with Giovanna, feel free to check into the notes and connect with her for sure. Look out for her now mastermind information that she's going to be launching soon. So not sure exactly when this is going to air, either before or right after, but just tune in. Make sure that you hear more about Giovanna. So thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
everyone,
Oh
for
my
joining
God.
us. But thank you
Thank you,
so
guys.
much, Giovanna. I love you. You're amazing, amazing. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode because I really had a lot of fun, and I am going to bring more guests just as amazing as Giovanna, mostly because I want you to feel the energy of people that I'm surrounded by. Thank you again, Giovanna. Love you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you for your like listening us, and hope to connect you soon. And let's meet
Awesome.
somewhere in this
Yeah.
beautiful world.
Wow. What an amazing conversation I just had with Giovanna. It was just really inspirational to me because everything that she touched on with regards to entrepreneurship are facts, are pieces to my journey that I have experienced, challenges that I've been going through, that I have gone through, challenges that I may be going through. You know, a life of entrepreneurship is not, should not easily be taken. And yes, it's amazing. Yes, it's fulfilling, but you really have to be 100% in mind, body, and spirit to really procure the success that you want in the business that you're creating or in the business that you have created. Sometimes, as a seasoned entrepreneur, you need a reminder. You need to know that, wow, yeah, I'm going through that. Let me take a break. Let me just take a walk. Let me create a new habit so that I can get a different mindset, a different view of something. So, thank you so much, Giovanna, for sharing your insightful words and giving so much spirit to the value and importance of being an entrepreneur and what to expect. And I hope that you are taking away some amazing tips. I hope that you have been enriched by the conversation. I hope that you are seeking a new way to do things by the conversation. So, till next episode, have an amazing and blessed day.